Hello, thank you for clicking on the play button. Because you clicked on the play button, you get to see what I like doing. I'm Jan, I'm a photographer, but I'm not just a photographer. I like to present my work in such a different way, and bookbinding and hand binding and tearing up pictures and sewing them and doing all these wonderful things is how I express myself in a different way. So I want to show you some of my books and what you could receive if you were to have a portrait or wedding photographed by myself. Can you hear my bird in the background? And my dog's under the table. Come on up here. Got to meet Harry. Come on. Good boy. So this is Harry. He's my dog. I sit at this table to bookbind. It's an old dunny door that my kids write on. We write verses, we do our maths on it, we eat here, and it's a pretty special table. Anyway, you have to sit down there. So, some of my bookbinding, these are just some little smaller ones that I have, I do as samples. They're just different spines. They're good for writing little notes, little memory thoughts. You could do a day-to-day picture, poem, drawing, photo, and stick it in those sort of books. I did this one recently as another little sample. I love collecting glass off beaches. I love collecting rocks that are in shapes of hearts. So yeah, I used the part of this bit of glass in the binding of this book. So just ripping pages on the edges, just giving that beautiful raw feel to these albums. So that's one little album. I like to make boxes with my albums too. This is just a little box I made to store this tiny little album. Once again, I always tear the edges of my pages. I love natural raw paper as well. This one here, parents often buy as a brag album from their daughter's wedding. So I've just done a different bind on the spine, and this one's got 20 pages, so it holds about 40 photos. This one I did recently for the Queensland AIPP Awards, which is the Australian Institute of Professional Photography. So this was my book, photography book entry, and it is a portrait album. I documented, well, first of all I photographed the mother and father on their wedding day, and then I photographed the mother when she was pregnant. So I've documented her from being pregnant right through to her little girl's first birthday party. And this big book, I think, is about 60 pages, but it starts off with the mum being pregnant, and it goes through to the child being born, to the christening of the child. So, oops, that was my little protector page. This page here, if you can see, has a little see-through piece that I've cut out and sewn, and it's kind of suspended. I like writing little poems. This one says, "Love the moment, and the energy of that moment will spread beyond all boundaries." I've also picked little flowers and pressed them, and they have become, I think there's a page coming up, there we go. I pressed little flowers and inserted into this book as well. This isn't scrapbooking. It's just bookbinding, book art in a different way. But anyway, this is little Kayla on her first birthday party. Ta-da! Alright, so got a couple of wedding albums here. This is a nice little box I made. Just inserted a little part of what the album looks like. Inside I used a different cover which I incorporated on the box as well. This bride sent out pearls to everybody, that they had to bring on the wedding day, and she was going to make a necklace out of the pearls. I used one of the pearls on the front of the book. So this is bound, that's called Coptic binding. Once again, my little rules for lovers: be romantic, be passionate, be imaginative, never be rushed. So this is a wedding of my girlfriend's daughter, and it was a very special wedding to me too. So this one was up at Twin Waters. This is printed on beautiful fine art Hannah Mule paper. So it's beautiful texture and very rich in colours. So that's one of my albums. Oh, look at this. I love hats. Just thought I'd put my hat on for the last album. So this, once again, I've made the box. This album is bound in a different way. I have used sort of tabs on the side. Quite rich for a wedding, it's beautiful. So this one, an amazing story with this album. With this wedding. I woke up the day of the wedding and decided I needed a birdcage to shoot during the day with the bride. Never done that before. I don't believe you buy props for a wedding day. The wedding day says enough for itself. For portraits I do. I often will take a prop along. But anyway, I had in my mind on the Saturday morning I needed a birdcage. Had to be domed. I went off to an antique store. I found the exact birdcage I needed. I found a stuffed bird, put it in. Anyway, I got to the bride's house and I was so excited. Had no idea that she actually liked bird cages too. Anyway, I said to her, guess what? So excited, I bought this bird cage for your wedding today. And she just shivered and said, I bought one too. It was just amazing. So I photographed her with the bird cage. Right on this, I think it's the page before. That's it there. I'll never use that bird cage again in another shoot. I don't like to use or repeat a certain style or thought. But it was just perfect. Her bird cage she bought was for the reception, for people to put money in. But it was just amazing, that energy between, you know, myself and her, and I had no idea. I don't know what to call it, but it was pretty beautiful. So this is their album. Ta-da! There you go, that's a little bit of what I do. I'm constantly thinking of new ideas and, you know, exciting things I want to achieve and do. So this is just the beginning. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.